jump down there. Welcome to the regular meeting of the City Council of City of Warrenville. The meeting will be conducted in the traditional in-person format. For convenience, public may view the meeting virtually on our YouTube channel, but public comment has to be made in person during the meeting. So the remote access is for viewing purposes only. Could we call the meeting to order? Call the roll, please.
Alderman Ashour is out sick. Alderman Augustinovich.
Here.
Alderman Berry.
Here.
Alderman Davalos.
Here.
Alderman Kruckenberg.
Here.
Alderman Lockett.
Here.
Alderman Widener.
Here.
And Alderman Wilkie.
Here.
Thank you.
Well, if you rise and join me as you are able with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. We do have a proclamation, and I thought Dr. Schuler was going to be here from the school district, so maybe we'll do this later if there's an opportunity if he arrives. Otherwise, I'll read it at a later point in the agenda. So-
Also move it to a future agenda.
Or move it to future. But it's American Education Week is this coming week, so wanted to issue a proclamation recognizing them. So maybe I'll just do it if he's not here in a few minutes under the mayor's comments. So citizens' comments is where we will begin. And we have Bob Siebert. And then Yulia, you're next.
Bob Siebert, Albright Court. A federal class action lawsuit has been filed in Florida. The developer of the Cantera Point Townhouse project is the recipient of this lawsuit. It is stated in the lawsuit that the developer misled the buyers of their new homes as to the necessary monthly payments to include principal, interest, and property taxes. They were given a figure of $1,900 plus per month. The actual figures exceeded $3,200 per month. We will see where this goes. At the previous city council meeting, I stated that the same developer gave incorrect property tax revenue figures to the city of Warrenville. School District 200's estimate of property tax revenue by the developer was 50% below the actual revenue. The city of Warrenville's property tax revenue was 27% above the correct figure. Of course, we know this is impossible. Impossible because there is only one sales price, and the only figure that the developer obtains is his sales price. The revenue figures are determined by the tax rates of the city and the school district. I stand by my statements from the last city council meeting.
Thank you. And Yuli?
Good evening. My name is Yuli Mojica, and I am here on behalf of Eduardo Macias and his wife, who are owners and have short-term rentals here in Warrenville. First, I want to thank the city for taking into consideration the families who truly need one-night stays, especially those that have been coming for medical appointments, funerals, emergencies, or last-minute travel issues. Allowing the one-night rental shows the thoughtfulness, understanding of real community needs, and we really appreciate that. We also support the city's decision to fine and even suspend licenses for operators who cause repeated issues. As of right now, there haven't been any issues, but in the future, we do support the decision. Responsible hosts want the same thing that the city wants, which are safe, quiet, respectful neighborhoods. Regarding the limit of 2 licenses, we support giving the city a role in evaluating exceptions for homeowners who are actively reinvesting in Warrenville. Families who are improving rundown properties, maintaining them to a high standard, and contributing to the local economy should have a clear, fair path to apply for more than 2 licenses. So a review process allows the city to ensure only responsible local operators qualify. Lastly, I would like confirmation on how they will be taxed. So since the short-term rentals will be taxed similar to hotels, we'd like clarification on whether the tax will be collected automatically through Airbnb or through a third-party processing system. Many cities nearby use automatic payment methods to ensure that there's accuracy, and then it reduces the administrative burden for small local hosts. So we want to make sure that we're prepared to comply correctly. Thank you for your time. We appreciate your willingness to listen and adjust, and we look forward to continuing to support policies that benefit both the community and responsible hosts.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to jump back to the proclamation for this evening. Dr. Schuler, I saw you made it. Thanks for coming tonight. Come on up and join me here. Those of you who aren't familiar with Jeff Schuler, Dr. Schuler is Superintendent of Schools of District 200 and has been since, how long?
2014.
2014. Thanks for coming tonight. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, thank you.
So I have a proclamation for you, not just for you, but for everybody involved, for the district. In observance of American Education Week, November 17th to the 21st, 2025. Whereas public schools are the backbone of our democracy, providing young people with the tools they need to maintain our nation's precious values of freedom, civility, and equality. And whereas by equipping young Americans with both practical skills and broader intellectual abilities, schools give them hope for and access to a productive future. And whereas education employees, be they custodians or teachers, bus drivers, or librarians, work tirelessly to serve our children and communities with care and professionalism. And whereas schools are community cornerstones, bringing together adults and children, educators and volunteers, business leaders and elected officials in a common enterprise. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Andrew Johnson, Mayor of the City of Warrenville, do hereby proclaim the week of November 17 to 21 as American Education Week, and encourage all to show gratitude and honor to the educators and school staff in our communities, in our state, and across the nation. So enjoy Education Week. Would you like to say a few words?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Well, one, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to certainly be here. I've said often since day one of coming to the school district that I think a community and its school system are so incredibly intertwined. We are the community, and the community, I think, represents much of what's part of the school system. It is, without a doubt, a strength of the school system, the relationship that we have with our municipal partners. We were so pleased to welcome many of you at a breakfast that we had a couple of weeks ago to share a little bit of information about what's going on in the district. So let me just extend a heartfelt thank you for your support of the school district, for allowing us to be your community schools. We certainly value, appreciate the partnership. We're proud of the work that we're doing, and hope that we can continue to be your proud educational institution. So thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Good to see you. Now back to our agenda, officials and staff comments. I have none other than wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving next week. And are there comments from the clerk? Treasurer?
Nothing.
Alderman? Alderman Augustinovich.
Yeah, this week we had a fantastic ribbon cutting ceremony over at Pizza Place. The line was out the door. The people having a lot of fun. It was good pizza. I always love seeing community get together and welcome new businesses into Warrenville. And I do have another thing, not very pleasant, but while it is American Education Week, I really wish the school district would educate all students and not exclude some from their schools. That's just something that I've been dealing with myself. I would have been at the brunch or the breakfast, but I had to babysit a student that is not welcomed in District 200.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Dr. Schuler, I'm sure you'll take that back and look into that. My apologies. Any other questions from Alderman? Comments? Administrator? Attorney? Okay. Then let's move on to approval of the agenda for this council meeting. Anybody care to make a motion? Alderman Widener?
Yes, I'd like to move to approve the agenda for the November 17th, 2025 City Council regular meeting.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Widener, second by Alderman Davalos. Any comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have some sets of minutes. Alderman Widener?
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of the November 3rd, 2025 City Council regular meeting and to approve the minutes of the November 10th, 2025 Community Development Committee meeting.
Moved by Alderman Widener, second by Alderman Davalos. Any discussion or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Now, the consent agenda has a number of items. As is typical, let me read through them, and we'll entertain a motion. First is to accept the Community Development Committee recommendation, waive second reading, and pass ordinance O2025-55, amending the Warrenville zoning ordinance and the city code regarding short-term rentals. Item B is accept Community Development Committee recommendation, waive second reading, and pass ordinance O2025-56, approving the 2026 annual fee ordinance. Item C, accept Community Development Committee recommendation, waive second reading, and pass ordinance O2025-57, amending the Warrenville zoning code and the city code regarding public art murals. Item D, accept Community Development Committee recommendation and pass a resolution R2025-66 approving and authorizing Elrod Friedman to intervene in certain tax appeal cases on behalf of the city. Item E, accept Community Development Committee recommendation and approve the VFW Post 8081 Council sponsorship request for a gravestone marker foundation in the amount of $500. Item F, receive and file minutes of the Police Pension Board meeting held on July 22nd, 2025. Item G, receive and file report of invoices paid up to November 12, 2025 in the amount of $71,811.39. Item H, authorize expenditures for invoices due on or before December 1, 2025 in the amount of $747,693.44. And the last item is receive and file a report of the Chase commercial card expenditures for the month of October 2025 in the amount of $6,833.73. Alderman Widener.
Thank you. I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented by Mayor Andrew Johnson.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Widener, second by Alderman Kruckenberg. Any conversation, discussion, questions? Will you call the roll, please?
Alderman Berry.
Aye.
Alderman Widener.
Aye.
Alderman Lockett.
Aye.
Alderman Davalos.
Aye.
Alderman Augustinovich.
Aye.
Alderman Wilkie.
Aye.
And Alderman Kruckenberg.
Aye.
Thanks.
That motion carries. Next is our regular agenda item. Item A is to accept the community development recommendation and pass resolution R2025-67, waiving bidding and approving a contract with McGuire Iron for the West Water Tower riser. Would anyone care to make that motion? Alderman Lockett, had to read it, sorry, jumped ahead of you, but.
It's fine. I'd like to make a motion to accept Community Development Committee recommendation and pass Resolution R2025-67, waive bidding and approve a contract with McGuire Iron, Inc. for the West Tower riser in the amount of $149,500.
Second.
Been moved by Alderman Lockett, second by Alderman Wilkie. Any discussion, questions? Will you call the roll, please?
Alderman Widener,
Aye.
Alderman Wilkie,
Aye.
Alderman Berry,
Aye.
Alderman Augustinovich,
Aye.
Alderman Krokenberg,
Aye.
Alderman Lockett,
Aye.
Alderman Davalos,
Aye.
and Mayor Johnson.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Before we get on to this next one, Phil, would you like to comment on this? Phil Kukler?
Sure. You may remember back in October at the Public Works and Infrastructure Committee meeting, I presented this project as a whole at a higher level. It's a facility study for the city's 3 main buildings. At that point, staff had not finished evaluating the consultants who had submitted on the project, and so we since then have completed our review and evaluation of 3 consultants who submitted statements of qualifications for this project. We ultimately selected Kluber as the best qualified consultant for this project for the city and proceeded to negotiate a contract with them for $85,295. This is approximately $15,000 less than staff anticipated, which was nice, considering how prices have been in the last couple of years for a variety of projects. We do anticipate the project kicking off in January after the holidays and being completed in the summertime. At the appropriate time, is after we get through the data collection portion of this project, we're going to be seeking a couple of elected officials to be assigned to work with staff in a work group setting to evaluate the options and the solutions that are going to be coming out of this study, so we can work together on a recommendation for City Council at the conclusion of the study. So with that, I'd be happy to entertain any questions.
Just to clarify, so the 3 buildings we're looking at, City Hall, Police Department, and Public Works, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And they're just going to kind of look at our buildings, kind of look where we're at, where can they make some room for some additional people that are already employed here, right? Put them in a better spot, maybe with a window. And then maybe it will help organize I don't want to say organize the police department because they're not disorganized, but try to find some more room for them to be more efficient, correct?
Correct. The Public Works and City Hall have plenty of space in them, so we don't anticipate there being a space issue. But maybe how the space is being used is different than over the 25 years or so that the buildings have been in place, that needs have changed, the work environment's changed. The police department's the one that may have a need for additional space, but we're going to review the space that they currently have, the staffing and operations there, and what's anticipated in the future to make the best use of that space. And if there's a need for additional space, we can figure out how we might achieve that.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Alderman Widener?
Yes, I was curious whether staff had any other goals besides the ones you just mentioned as far as the completion of this contract.
So as part of this, they're going to work with Public Works staff to evaluate the existing components of the buildings, the ages, and that'll be part of what's recommended moving forward in terms of replacement of items and trying to be thoughtful about how, if we're going to reconfigure space, if there's a correlated like HVAC project or something like that, making sure those are coordinated together. Additionally, we're going to be looking at reviewing the ADA, the accessibility for the buildings, which they're relatively new, so I don't anticipate a lot of issues there, but regulations do change over time, so we want to make sure that both the walkways around the buildings, the entrances, and just access ways throughout the building are accessible.
It was curious to me because there was a statement regarding the ADA egress components that was in the scope of performances. And I'm just wondering whether or not they are going to be complete in their assessment of ADA items, because there was some statements there that seemed like it was sort of vague as far as what they might accomplish. The intent is not to seek and search for code violations, but they're going to do some, looks like limited to items that are only visible. So I just was curious if they're going to do a deep dive into the ADA requirements or whether they're going to just generally look at things.
You know, we've got a representative from Kluber here, Charlie, who could
Would you
step
care to
up to the
come?
podium and speak.
Come up to the mic, please. Introduce yourself if you would, please.
My name is Charlie Johnsos. I'm a project manager and architect by trade with Kluber Architects and Engineers. And are you referencing the starred portion in the proposals, sir? Is that what
Correct.
you're referencing? The idea not to be an evasive search, like we're not going to hunt down and find code violations, because you could find, even in our assessment, that you might be in violation of current HVAC codes, that you're not getting enough air quality or something, but we're not going to run tests to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of that look of it. But we do measurements of things, like if you're outside, whether there's differences in the surfaces from like one group of pavement to the next, that delta is not too great for a tripping hazard. We'd also would look to heights of things that are already installed, like your toilet and wash fixtures, your fixtures in your bathroom. So I mean, it's not like seeking them, but looking for things that are obvious, more or less. Does that make sense for you?
It does. It just seems to conflict with the statement that exterior pavements, parking lots, drive areas are expressly excluded.
Well, we're not civil engineers, so I mean, we're not going to do grading tests out there to see that they're at the right grade elevation, the 2%, where you've got, 2% is the limit that you want wheelchairs to travel across. So you don't want, and we don't have the equipment to do that kind of a test. But
The
we can
width of
hire
o-
people to do that. if
The
that's-
width of openings and
Width of
access
openings, we
for
could look at those for
individuals in
sure.
wheelchairs will be
Yeah.
addressed?
Absolutely,
Okay, thank you.
yes.
And I guess my other question is, has this group had experience working with other municipalities in recent years?
Yeah, they have, and they provided examples of their deliverables for the city of Naperville, and I've read a couple of municipalities where they
Name one in the throwing distance, we probably hit them. Hinsdale, Naperville, Elgin, Villa Park, there's quite a few.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Other questions? Alderman Davalos?
Thank you. So just to clarify again, we aren't looking to make our buildings larger in that kind of accommodation. We're looking at improving the uses inside,
Yes, that's correct. The only exception that might be the police department, and that's based on the evaluation, we'll determine whether there's enough space that exists in the building now, and it just could be reconfigured, or how we might solve the problem of space there if there's a problem.
Okay, and the work that might ensue from their suggestions and what their plan comes forward, is that paid for by the CMRP, or is that a whole different entity?
No, there's no dedicated funding source. The CMRP funds replacing existing
Okay,
components of buildings. So if we have to move walls or create new office space or something like that, that's different and not included in the CMRP.
okay, thanks.
Alderman Lockett?
With that, I'd like to make a motion to accept staff recommendation, pass resolution R2025-68, approving a professional services agreement with Kluber, Inc. for the provision of a Phase 1 space needs assessment for $85,295.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Lockett, second by Alderman Wilkie. Any further conversation? Other than the mayor would tell you, the office of the mayor is far too large. So throw that into your mix. Okay, good. Will you call the roll, please?
Alderman Krokenberg,
Aye.
Alderman Augustinovich,
Aye.
Alderman Wilkie,
Aye.
Alderman Lockett,
Aye.
Alderman Widener,
Aye.
Alderman Davalos,
Aye.
Alderman Berry,
Aye.
and Mayor Johnson.
Aye, the motion carries. I got you. I knew it was coming. So the motion carries, thank you. Any unfinished business? Any new business? We do have a need for closed session. Alderman Berry?
I'd like to make a motion to go into closed session for the purpose of 5 ILCS 120/2(c)(6), the setting of a price for sale or lease of property owned by the public body, and 5 ILCS 120/2(c)(11), litigation when an action against, affecting, or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent, in which case the basis for the finding shall be recorded and entered into the minutes of the closed meeting.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Berry, second by Alderman Wilkie. Call the roll, please.
Alderman Wilkie.
Aye.
Alderman Berry.
Aye.
Alderman Augustinovich.
Aye.
Alderman Widener.
Aye.
Alderman Lockett.
Aye.
Alderman Davalos.
Aye.
And Alderman Krokenberg.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming out tonight. We are adjourned. Closed session.